So Jason, how does the water get from the basin back up to the pool?
We'll show you. Let's go. So here we are at the pool equipment. Todd, we've talked about this quite a few times. We usually call it pool school, where the project is all done and then we walk through it with you. But we've talked about it, so why don't you take the first stab at it? Tell me what's going on here. Let's see what you got.
So I'll take a shot at it. From what I understand, there's basically two loops we have here. One is more of the traditional pool side and one's the waterfall side. So the inner part of the loop here is the waterfall side. Water's coming up from the basin through the pump, through a filter, and then back into the pool. On the outer perimeter of the pad is more of the traditional pool setup. We've got the water coming in from the pool and the spa, going through the filter, going through both of our heaters. We have a heat pump and a propane, and then returning back into the pool. So it's almost like we've got two sets of pool equipment right here to give us all this wow factor for that waterfall to really kick in.
You're absolutely right. Both these pool pumps are variable speed, so you're going to be able to control the speed of your waterfall that's going down into the basin, as well as the speed through the hot tub and back into the pool itself. We do that for a couple reasons. They're very energy efficient that way. You're able to get the sight and sound you want, and also there's different times for skimming and things like that we can set it up. Yours is also set up for salt as well. So after 30 days of running, what we do is we add salt to the pool, and that is what chlorinates the pool in order for less chemical usage through the entire season. So yeah, I really like we gotta give Shannon credit for the tile. Absolutely looks great. Remember the pool color that we put here?
I don't remember it.
Prism Matrix Twilight. That's the name. It's a PebbleTech. So one of my favorite parts was some rocks and boulders sitting into the pool, just to really go with the overall look, obviously.
Just to tie it all together.
Just to tie it all together. So very much like the walls, right? The rebar went in, the shotcrete went in, and it was concrete all the way, for a few months, because we finished that. And one of the last steps to go in is actually when we come in and finish the pool. The trucks come in, they put the finish on, pretty neat. Again, it's art. They're troweling, they're mixing colors with another truck. There's a pump truck pumping it over.
One thing I thought was amazing was the one guy on the truck that was mixing it. He just was basically a robot. He just kept going through bag after bag after bag after bag for hours.
Lots of bags of plaster all over the ground, sitting on plastic, and then they cleaned that stuff up, rolled it up, and hauled everything out all in a day. It was a neat process. They come back the next day and we acid wash, and that's where the color of the pool really starts to pop. And later on in that day, water shows up. So Todd, from that basin, that's not the only thing being pumped up top. There's also a lot of water being pumped up into the stream.
Oh yeah.
Let's go check out that area.
Sounds good.
All right. Here we are at one of the areas that kind of started the whole project. We had to work from this area and kind of work off of it. This used to be a drainage swale that all the water, ran down through here when it rained.
Yep, downspouts and backyard right through here.
So this was a big part of what we actually designed around, which was, you guys had a fantastic idea of taking the water from the pond, and it just kept coming a little bit further up as we designed, and before we knew it, we made it so you could see it when you come in the driveway. And this is just a really neat stream. It gets pumped from the intake bay all the way down at the bottom of the existing pond that we had already done a bunch of work around, and pumps all the way up here. And up here at the top, this is where our filters are. It's filtering all the water down below. It's what's clearing up the water. It's giving us a ton of oxygenation as we're working down through, or as it works its way back into the pond before it gets to the land bridge.
We knew all the extra gravel and bog would definitely help clear up our water, but it was quite amazing. We went from a fairly murky pond to a crystal clear pond in just a matter of days once we got the new streams up and running. And it was quite surprising to us how much clarity we were able to get in the pond with once this started up. What
we do is we actually cut out each shelf in a way. We install a liner we take an excavator and we put straps around the boulder, pick the rocks up with the excavator, swing them around and set them into place, each rock separately and individually. And that's how the construction has worked. And then we turn them and twist them, let the rock speak to you a little bit. That kind of determines where each one's going to go. The amount of detail that the guys put into your stream here, I think is just really cool.
With all of these streams, we wanted to make sure that we had decent accessibility from the patios that were near the house to the patios that were near the pool. And we were thinking, okay, we need some kind of a bridge to cross these streams, and we kind of looked to you guys to come up with something really unique and really kind of highlight the all the other work that's been done here.
Just having the freedom. We didn't know exactly what was going to happen. You didn't know exactly what was going to happen. And that's where sometimes the most creative kind of stuff happens. When Chad took some of that rebar that looks more like roots and everything, which ties into all the elements here, but you have wood, you have metal, fire, water, rocks, and soon to be landscape. Those little extra elements just are a good feeling. You know, They look good, but it's also a good feeling. And that's how the projects come out the best.
Absolutely.
It's been fun so far. There's been a lot accomplished. We do still have a long way to go. We still got to do aquatic plants, landscaping, lighting, obviously final cleanup and get the grass growing. I'm sure I missed some other details in there.
It's been amazing so far, and I can't wait to see as we're coming in here on the finish line how all the last pieces are going to come together and just make this spectacular.
Yes, we're going to do some more epoxy, get the grills set in place, get the plumbing done, some electrical work done. So still a lot to happen, but it's going to happen pretty quickly from here, and we cannot wait to show you the finished product.